Alright, we're back with another haircut tutorial. I feel like ever since, we linked up with 360 Jeezy and Tyler Trotter, shout out to both of them. Ever since, man, like I've been super motivated to drop content, and thanks to Fonzo, we've been able to produce so much content almost on a daily basis. If you're not subscribed and your notifications ain't turned on, that's probably why you don't know that your boy's been dropping videos almost every single day. Nonetheless, man, this haircut tutorial, we're using only detachable clippers. You guys requested it, so now we produced it. It's gonna be all detachable clippers, all blades, no comb. I'll do a video with combs and stuff like that later, but it's gonna be all blades. I'll walk you through it on the bottom left corner. You'll be able to follow along in the captions. I think the haircut came out dope. We did a little bit of color enhancement at the end. I'll let you guys know when that's coming, so all you color enhancement trolls, you know who you are. You don't have to watch the rest of the video. You could just click out. Nonetheless, man, like always, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Let's grow together. Let's grow this industry together. I appreciate you guys. Let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. We got the #1 guard, and we're going just like we would do with your clipper all the way open, for example. It's all the way open. You're going up about an inch. Once you flip over that #1 blade, that's equivalent to like a 1.5 guard, right? Here we have the 0A, which is equivalent to like your Andes halfway open. And you're gonna have to use a lot of corner. You have to, kind of tilt the clipper up, almost like a scraping motion sometimes. Tilt it backwards. But a lot of corner, as you can see. The 000 is literally gonna connect the ball guideline to the 0A, and you'll see how it all comes together. And as you're going through this, I didn't want to give you a list because I want you to have to pay attention and write down what blades you need to do this. So this is the #2 blade, and it's a little bit shorter than the #2 guard. Guys, the blades are not equivalent to what we're used to with guards. It's a completely different measurement system. Here we have the 1.5 guard. It's pretty damn close to a 1 open. And obviously that blends right underneath the #2 blade. You can see I use a lot of corners and a lot of tilting of the clipper. And honestly, it doesn't take more time. If you can master this will actually take you less time. Here we have the 1A blade, which is the closest thing to a #1 guard. I think it's pretty spot on with a #1 guard closed. And you can see the blend is coming in together already. The only thing with using all blades is constant disinfecting. You gotta disinfect, 4 or 5 blades as opposed to 1 clipper. And guys, yeah, pay attention to the way I tilt the clipper. Pay attention to the way I use the corners. So here we have the #1 blade, and we're going with the grain. In this darker area where it's usually darker for everybody, we're gonna go against the grain, and you'll see how it blends into the 1 blade with the grain. It's just so that it looks even. Here we have the 1A blade, and I know there's one odd one, whatever. I call it 1A. It's simpler for me, but there is a better term for it. There is a correct term for it, right? I'm not ignorant to that. It's just I'm so used to doing 1A because at one point I was ignorant to it. I didn't learn all this stuff in the school, you know what I'm saying? So I got so used to saying 1A that I just stick to it. And if I start rambling on or whatever, you guys can follow along in the captions what blades I'm using. It's actually easier to follow along with detachable clippers in my tutorials because it's the exact measurement. It's not, open the lever a little bit, open. No, that's what I'm using. You guys see how the 000 blends right into the 0A from the outliner blade. So I use the outliner blade, the 000 and the 0A, and they just blend right into each other. And the 0A blends right into the 1 blade, and the 1A blade blends right into the 1.5 blade. 1.5 blade blends right into the 2 blade. And then after the two blade, I usually go to a 3.5 blade if I need to, and then after that it's just clip over comb if the length calls for it, but this length doesn't. As you can see, it's blended, man. On the top, it's probably like a 2.5 with the grain, and I feel like it's a good length right now to where he's still waving. He still has a nice transition from the 0 blended up to the length at the top, and if there are like scraggly hairs and stuff, that's gonna be fixed with either product at this point, at this length, or just freehanding it with scissors or clippers and getting those little stray hairs out the way. But you guys can see how the blend's coming in, man. And I'm using the Andes Supra ZRs. That is the machine I'm using. And you guys know I'll link all the products that I use in the description box. So if you want to take a look at them, they're there. They're on Amazon, all that good stuff. I do like the octanes. To me, the detachable clippers I like the most are the octanes. The octanes is just more expensive. And we're pretty much repeating the same steps. So if you wrote this stuff down, then you should be able to know what I'm going to do on this side of the head and understand it. So I'm not even going to explain what I'm doing. You watch and you know, it's one thing to memorize things and it's one thing to learn. Learn this stuff, guys. Man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this year. I've been trying to step up my game, man, and it's been because of you guys. You guys are forcing me to step my game up because y'all are growing, man. You guys are getting better, and you guys are demanding more to learn more. So in order to be able to teach more, I gotta continue to step my game up. I love it, man. I've been blessed with this YouTube channel. I am not ignorant to that, man. I'm blessed, man. Thank you guys, yo. Seriously. We're gonna keep growing. We're gonna keep building. 245, the YouTube channel, headlines, barbershops. We growing, and I'm gonna see you guys growing too, man. The whole industry. So here I'm just using my shears. You can use whatever shears you want. They don't have to be curved, and you can just, you know, get the stray hairs. No, my blades are not modified, nothing like that. These are the ones that come on the trimmer. Not saying that they're better than any other trimmer. I'm actually looking forward to 360 Jeezy sending me his gold blade. He keeps saying he's gonna send me the gold blade. Still hasn't sent it to me. When he came down, he said he had the gold blade for me. He forgot to give it to me. So what I need you guys to do is go on his channel and tell that man I'm waiting on my gold blade. But I am heavy-handed, so I might slice some people up, man. So like, I do not recommend modified blades because from my experience, all the people who have come up under my wing or the headlines wing that we've taught techniques and stuff, you know how it is. Student barbers always want the tricks. What's the secret? So they order these blades and stuff, and all I've ever seen is a bunch of scarring and cutting people up and stuff, and it's just not necessary, man. It's not. Now, if you're experienced, if you're professional, if you're an experienced barber, it might just step your game up because you can handle that tool, that aggressiveness. But it's not something I recommend, especially to student barbers. But obviously, I gotta start stepping my game up because you guys, man, we at 100K, man. You guys ain't beginners no more. For the most part, it's getting real. It's so cool, man, seeing the growth. So like I tell you guys always on the hairline, keep it as natural as possible. If you got to get a little cosmetic to make a straight line, do so, but don't push it back too much. And I would consult with your client first before you make a decision like that. I always start out in the middle of the forehead, and then I work my way up to the most receding point. Keep that as natural as possible, and then I'll try to match everything and make it as clean as possible. And the C cup, I try to never push that back. Like that is the part of a person's hairline that if you push the C cup back and it starts growing back, people gonna notice, man. I've seen some damage done, and it looks good at first, but it is not a good look. If you're gonna do it, consult with your client. Some clients might allow you to do that. And the same way I start my hairline, I start the bottom of my beard line. Start from the middle, go to the most tricky part, the most receding part, and same thing. And when I do the trimmers on the beard, I've always told you guys it's kind of like a rough draft. Wait till I put the shave gel on there and I put the 245 straight razor. Wait till you see what happens. Alright, so there's been some people complaining about touching people's skin and stuff. I clean my hands, man. I show my clients in front of them. I sanitize my hands too. But if you're super OCD about it, I also use the back of my blade to spread the shave gel. Make sure you're using the back of the blade. As you can see, we're detailing the beard with the razor, and you can see how sharp of a line it's making. You can't get closer than a straight razor against the grain. So here I make them do this so that it spreads the skin on the upper lip. And it's very easy to get to. A lot of people ask me how I do it with one hand, and that's how they do the stretching of the skin for me. Using a lot of head, a lot of heel of the blade to really define and detail the beard. So this was an after hour cut too, like, and I charge more for my after hour cuts. So this service right here, typically it'd be $35 just to start. If you start getting color enhancements and stuff like that, obviously the price goes up. But this haircut was after hours, like, and for some barbers, they're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Some barbers are gonna look at me like I'm not charging enough. So you guys can see that the haircut came out dope. You know, color enhancement does not mean you're hiding stuff. People who don't know how to use color enhancements get exposed. So here I'm using Kiss Express, and this stuff dries up quick. So once you tap it, you gotta go ahead and brush that down, spread it, or you're gonna leave too dark of a line, and that's when it stops looking so natural. You guys can see I'm right behind it, a slight line, and I'm right behind it, spreading it out so that it stays looking natural, and you don't put too harsh of a line on there, because once you do that, then it's game over. Not only that, but if you try to hide something, it will show. So he's barely connecting his beard. It's barely connecting. That you can hide. But if a man don't got a beard and you try to put that color on there to give him a beard where he don't have a beard, it'll look funny, guys. See right here, it just made it connect. To me, this don't look bad. And I can guarantee you, I've taken photos and I've seen photos of haircuts that get a whole bunch of love that have been enhanced. I know for a fact, but people don't know that because it's been done so well, and they show it love. So we'll finish it off with the straight razor. Get it real sharp. My man had a special event. He was going out of town. He was going to New York City. So we had to get him right, man. You guys let me know what you think about this haircut, man. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Trying to give you guys something new, man. Show you guys how diverse your boy could be with detachable clippers, with anything, with any tool. It doesn't matter. Be a master of your craft. And not saying I'm a master of my craft, but I'm always willing to learn. I want to master everything. I know I'm not perfect, but I want to be perfect. I have a want to be that. It might never happen. You know, perfect is subjective, but when you have the want, the ambition to do so, guys, you're just gonna continue to grow, man. So I hope this tutorial helped. Make sure you hit up Red Hook Noodles. Make sure you subscribe, guys. Like always, see you on the next video.